I decided to tweet something out to say, I am not the John Horgan you need to speak to about these issues.
Over the years, a man with the same name as BC's Premier has been overwhelmed with messages about Metro Vancouver's SkyTrain expansion, pipeline projects, and other BC issues. But it's all been a case of mistaken identity.
I'm normally mistaken for your John Horgan on Twitter, and sometimes I'll have a little bit of fun with it, saying, well, these are complicated issues, and good for you for caring about your community.
A Twitter thread gained traction on social media Wednesday after John Horgan, who is a psychology professor at Georgia State University, tweeted out a message saying, "Canadian friends, those of you writing to me to complain about delays to the proposed SkyTrain project deal, I am not the John Horgan you seek."
All of the exchanges are terribly polite and good-natured, and so it's impossible to get frustrated with the mix-up.
The post prompted BC Premier John Horgan to tweet back a message saying, "I knew something was up when I was mailed all these Georgia State University psychology papers to Mark," along with a very Canadian apology saying sorry for the confusion.
I have to give him credit. It was a very, very sweet gesture and nice of him to do that.
Georgia's John Horgan says the mix-up has happened many times over the past few years.
This most latest iteration was an email I received last night from someone who shall remain nameless. And it was a heartfelt email to, I have it here in front of me now, to several politicians imploring them to consider the SkyTrain, and the senator talks about, the impact it would have for the community.
It's not the first case of mistaken identity in Canadian politics. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney has been mistaken for another user by the same name on Twitter who appears to live in Virginia. And a U.S. woman by the name Erin O'Toole has also been confused for federal Conservative leader Erin O'Toole on Twitter.
Tweeted back very nicely, "I think you might be thinking of someone else. This isn't me. I live in Colorado. Also, I'm a woman."
BC's Premier also extended an invitation to the other John Horgan to visit BC when it's safe. As an avid hiker and climber, Georgia's John Horgan says he's traveled here before.
I think I need to go back in person and find out more about why people care so much about the SkyTrain issue. I think I owe it to BC residents for me to do that now.
In Burnaby, Miranda Fatour, City News.